Hi, I'm Jeff, 3D Puzzle Builder. Today we're going to be working on the ROKR Chocolate Factory Marble Run LGA02, and this is going to be step 1 in the instructions. You can go back to my previous videos for this puzzle if you need to get caught up. Now let's get started. In step 1, we're going to need sheets B and sheet C. From sheet B, we need to punch out B1. If you notice, B1 is listed right here, but there are other parts that are actually attached to B1. So we're going to push those parts out first, being very careful not to break them. So there is one of the parts. This happens to be part B2. And we're going to lay that aside and we're going to put it back in the box. Then we're going to push out part B3. So there is part B3. That will go back in the box. I'm going to put those in my tray back over here. So part B1, you can see it here, is this part that extends around here. That is part B1. So we're going to push out part B1, being very careful as we push them out that we don't bend or break the part. Coming up around. Now we've got it completely separated. So there is part B1. So now we'll set our plate aside. We don't need that anymore. And we also need part from sheet C, C4. So here is, put that up there. Here is sheet C. Get it together here. Here is sheet C. And we're going to look for part C4. And these are relatively laid out logically where the numbering follows through pretty well. So if you find C1, come down, there's C2, C4, and I'm going to separate this because that's this part is an internal sheet that has more parts on it, so that's fine. If we look, part C4 is right here. So again, very carefully, I'm going to try to get behind the camera here so you can see it. We're going to take our thumb and our finger behind it, thumb in front of it, and just gently push it through. And you can hear the nibs snapping. So now part C4 has separated. These are the two parts we need for this step. Now looking at the drawing, we've got those two separated, and it shows part C4 right here, and it shows part C2. So the easiest thing to do is lay your instruction manual out in front of you and hold the part where it looks just like what you see on your sheet. Now I set my part down. Now, this is showing part C2, oops, that's C4. Yep. Part C4 going into part B1 right here. Now you'll notice there are little cutouts there. Hold this. So just line up these three with the three cutouts. And they have to be lined up pretty quick, pretty evenly. And with your fingers, gently push them in. They'll lock together. There they go. You can see them coming together there. Until they sit perfectly flush. So now we've got part C4 attached to part B1. Now we'll also need part C2. So we'll come back to the C card, and we'll notice C2 has already been pushed out. This is part C2 right here. It sits up in the top right-hand corner of the sheet. So take C2 off, and again, laying our part B1 like it shows in the drawing. Part C2, looking at part C2, notice this part right here, and then this part down here. Holding that just like it shows on your drawing, it pushes in right here. So turn it around, push it in, line it up, and push it in. Now it is attached. So that's step one of the ROKR Chocolate Factory marble run, step one. When we come back, we're going to start in step two. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next video.